Hey guys, Jeffrey with Ghost Knight Gaming, and hey, I thought it'd be fun to do another 5 things. So here we are taking a look at another 5 things I learned, and this time, as you can see, we are looking at the 5 things I have learned about Monster Hunter World. So the first thing I'm going to bring up for things that I've learned about Monster Hunter World, for anybody that's not familiar with the game series, the big whole premise behind it is hunting monsters, and gradually hunting your way up to the biggest monsters in a lot of the various locations. So the first thing you pretty much need to know about the game is the hunt grind. You are going to spend a lot of time hunting monsters, trying to fight bigger monsters, gradually grabbing material to keep doing that. So the one thing you're going to have to be prepared for is not only are you prepared to fight a lot of different monsters with different fighting styles, patterns for movement, and outright completely different appearances, but you're also going to deal with a lot of times just the need to fight some of these monsters a couple of times, a dozen times, who knows how many times. It could be a lot. So that first thing you need to be aware of is that you may have to fight monsters a lot. And it's gonna be a bit of a grind, because there's always gonna be a new monster to fight, a bigger monster to fight, as you progress further in the game. So my next point comes up with basically the one thing you need to do, and part of why you're hunting bigger monsters, in addition to for the reason because you can, is gather everything. If you cut off a tail, you make sure you grab the parts from the tail. If you kill a monster, you make sure you grab everything he drops. If you're exploring the wilderness, there's going to be plants, bugs, everything all over the place. You're going to need to grab anything and everything that's brought out, because that's going to allow you to keep progressing further in the game, and it's in your best interest to keep collecting stuff. So to be honest, if it's not nailed down, you're probably going to be grabbing it until you get used to knowing what you need and the things that you can do with the stuff that you're grabbing, and you start looking at specific things that you need to get. So the next thing on the list of things I've learned is all about upgrading your gear. There are tons of pieces of armor and weapons for you to be able to create, upgrade, and keep using that you're never going to really get bored of what you can make and what you can wear. A lot of the different stuff is great for certain situations against certain types of enemies. You can use some of it for fighting specific foes. Some of it is used to actually traverse certain areas. So always make sure that you're checking once you start getting new gear, or once you start finding new materials with your searching for everything and looting and capturing everything that you can. Be sure to check what you can make out of that stuff, because it may be something that'll help you on your next quest as you move further along. Make sure you're working on both your weapons and your armor, because obviously more damage means more go, and more armor or better armor allows you to protect against various things, including status effects and various other elemental attacks. The other thing to look at when it comes to gear is using your gear to its full advantage. You have tons of tools, mantles, armor, charms. Just there's a ton of items that you can use that do so many different things, from flash pods to stun your enemies, to traps to capture them or slow them down so you can do more damage. All of this will be useful when you're hunting. Make sure you're utilizing all of your equipment to the best of your abilities. It'll make some of those more powerful monsters a whole lot easier to hunt, a whole lot easier to fight, and definitely give you a greater satisfaction once you realize, I've hunted this beast. It has been slain by my hands. The last thing on the things that I've learned, just from my playing as I played on Twitch, is it's definitely much better with friends. You know, you can go out and you can hunt solo a lot of the creatures, pretty much most of the creatures, at least in the main story and some of the earlier stuff in the game, between utilizing your armor, your gear, all the tools at your disposal. You can absolutely go it solo. But there are a lot of later hunts at the end game that are extremely difficult if you go them alone. And having more people to help is a whole lot better. And as much as you could play with just about anybody, it's a whole lot funner to play with friends. So my recommendation, find some friends that have the game, head on over, get into that hub, and start hunting stuff. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this little tidbit that I have about Monster Hunter World. I'm really enjoying it so far, so if you guys want to check me out playing it, right now I'm playing it on Wednesdays from 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time till whenever I finish on Twitch at twitch.tv/EldisGhostKill. There are links down below. If you enjoyed this video and want to see other videos, subscribe to the channel, turn on those notifications, and check out the other videos that I have both in the in this little list or the other stuff that's hanging out on the channel. Check me out on my other social media. I'm on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram as well, doing cosplay and other things like that. And be sure to stay tuned for another 5 things that I learned about another game somewhere along the lines. And remember, have fun, guys, keep gaming, and keep hunting.